Today on Good Morning Maine, students will return to class at a Dexter school after a bomb threat caused an evacuation.
Plus, Senator Angus King has crafted gun control measures that he hopes will prevent more mass shootings.
And Maine's outdoor recreation businesses gather at a special summit to share ideas that will help boost the state's economy. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. We'll have those stories and more coming up. But first, a check of the forecast. The weekend is finally upon us, and it looks like a pretty nice weekend ahead. Chance of a little bit of snow in some areas tonight into tomorrow, which might add to the festive feeling if you're going out to get your tree or maybe doing some holiday shopping, something like that.
It's so festive this weekend. There are parades, there are Christmas events, there are craft fairs, one of my favorite craft fairs at John Baptist High School in Bangor.
Yeah, they put a lot into that one,
I'm
too.
looking forward to it.
Yeah, we'll tell you about some of those other events coming up. But first, a check of the forecast. You'll just want to take it easy if you do see any snow. Otherwise, just slow down and enjoy the season.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Here's Stephen Biggs with the forecast.
All righty, thank you very much. Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Blind Faith Tattoo. With over 25 years of experience, we are fluent in all styles, including traditional and fine line tattoos. Stop by for a free consultation from one of our friendly expert tattoo artists. We offer a fast turnaround and walk-ins are always welcome. Let's get into things this morning. A small crowd advisory is posted until 4 p.m. today, though, along the coast as we're watching some active surf, courtesy of some gusty winds are not too far away in some spots. But as we continue things this morning, again, we've had clouds that have been developing, but really that's been about it. We're going to be watching for a break in the clouds for a bit, but we are going to be watching for increasing clouds this afternoon as our next system begins to approach from the south and west. Let's zoom things out right now. So a lot of activity across some parts of the country right now. All that rain right there. The system's going to be tracking off towards the north and east as we'll be watching for a chance for rain and snow in our backyard coming up later on tonight. So increasing clouds today. Later on tonight, though, we'll be watching for rain, maybe a little bit of snow farther off towards the north. We may have some more snow lingering as we head towards the Saturday as well, mainly in the northern parts of the state. A little bit of wind to watch out for as well, up to around 10 miles per hour or so. Maybe a few higher gusts can have be ruled out, but once we head towards your Saturday, not looking too bad moving forward. The hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, increasing clouds will be common with temperatures in the 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Devin. Well, classes will resume in Dexter this morning after a bomb threat closed a local school for the day. Students were evacuated so that police could make sure the building was safe yesterday. Our Matthew Jurancic has the latest on the investigation.
A bomb threat at Ridgeview Community School in Dexter Thursday morning forced 560 pre-K through 8th grade students and 123 staff members to evacuate the premises.
At about 9:45 this morning, we were contacted by our local Dexter authorities that there had been a bomb threat sent in on the VA crisis hotline, and it specifically stated bombs in the Ridgeview Community School.
Dexter Police and the Maine State Police K-9 unit were called to the scene to search the building, but did not find anything. The Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives and the FBI were called in to assist. Students and staff members were evacuated to Dexter Regional High School. The kids were reunited with their families and sent home for the day, while teachers came back at the end of the day to collect their belongings before heading home. Superintendent Kevin Jordan credits the school's preparedness for this unfortunate situation.
We have these emergency plans that are, in today's world, are pretty well planned. And so we put that into play and evacuated the building as quickly as we could.
Locals were shocked that something like this would happen in their community.
It was an appalling situation.
I'm shocked. This is a safe community. It's not something that I would anticipate would happen.
Superintendent Jordan says the school will be open tomorrow with a heavy police presence. He also mentioned that there will be an ongoing investigation into the matter. In Dexter, Matthew Jurancic, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Authorities continue to investigate a terrible crash in southern Maine that killed 3 people. It happened Wednesday night on the Maine Turnpike. State police say the driver of a Honda Civic was heading south on the northbound side and was speeding when the car hit a pickup, which only had minor damage. Police say the Civic continued on and hit a RAV4 head-on. Both vehicles burst into flames, and the driver of the RAV4 and both people in the Civic died. Police are investigating why the Civic went the wrong way to begin with. The victims' identities are not released yet, and according to our media partners at WGME, this is the 5th wrong-way crash in Maine this year.
Well, a crash on the interstate yesterday morning left one person pinned for more than an hour before he could be rescued. Maine Department of Public Safety spokesperson Shannon Moss says it was around 6 o'clock yesterday morning. 59-year-old Nelson Castrol of Homestead, Florida, was driving his tractor-trailer truck near mile marker 164 in Etna. The vehicle left the roadway, which caused the tractor-trailer to overturn onto the left median. Moss says Castrol was partially ejected from the rig and pinned for about an hour and a half before fire and EMS crews could get him out. According to Moss, he was taken to the hospital with what appears to be non-life-threatening injuries. The cause of the crash is still under investigation.
Police still aren't releasing many details about a man's death in Fairfield. On Tuesday, Fairfield police discovered a body at a mobile home on 247 Main Street. Our crew was on the scene Wednesday night and observed police units from multiple departments, including Maine State Police Major Crimes Unit and the Maine State Police Mobile Crime Lab. On Thursday, a representative from the local VFW hall, which has security cameras pointing towards the residence, says the Maine State Police confiscated the footage from the time of the incident. Neighbors that we spoke with say they were shocked by the incident and the extended police presence that lasted for over 27 hours. We reached out to the Department of Public Safety for more information and have yet to receive a response. We will continue to follow this story.
Well, a Millinocket man was arrested yesterday for the alleged trafficking of drugs that resulted in a person's death. According to police, the investigation was over a year in the making, which resulted from the 2022 overdose death of a 45-year-old woman in Millinocket. The culmination of the year-long investigation resulted in 40-year-old Daniel Grabber of Millinocket being arrested for unlawful trafficking of scheduled drugs, which resulted in death. The investigation was conducted by the East Millinocket Police Department, the DA's office, and the medical examiner's office. Grabber is now being held at the Penobscot County Jail on $75,000 bail.
Senator Angus King introduced new gun control legislation yesterday that would restrict certain firearms and make some gun modifications illegal. Our David Ledford breaks down the bill and what it could mean for gun owners.
Senator Angus King has proposed a bill to regulate the sale, transfer, and manufacturing of certain semi-automatic weapons. The announcement comes roughly 1 month after the Lewiston mass shooting in late October. The gas-operated Semi-Automatic Firearm Exclusion, or GO-SAFE Act, would limit large-capacity ammunition-feeding devices to hold no more than 10 rounds and require gas-powered semi-automatic firearms to have fixed magazines. King says the bill won't hinder Americans who own guns for self-defense, hunting, or visiting the shooting range.
We're not talking about taking anybody's gun away. We're not talking about severely limiting the traditional culture of gun use. We're talking about restricting the lethality of weapons that are designed more for killing people than doing pretty much anything else.
The legislation would also outlaw gun conversion devices like bump stocks and Glock switches, which allow guns to fire rapidly. King introduced the bill with his colleague, New Mexico Senator Martin Heinrich, who says the bill focuses on preventing gunmen from quickly reloading during a shooting incident.
AR-15s or assault rifles, the weapons in a number of mass shootings, aren't dangerous because of how they look. They're dangerous because they use expanding gas to simultaneously fire one round and reload the next round into the chamber while staying on target.
A number of weapons would be exempt from the bill, as shown on your screen, including bolt-action rifles, semi-automatic shotguns, and more. We spoke with Maine Military Supply General Manager Mike Vignali, who prepared and read on camera a statement in response to the legislation.
Any laws proposed or enacted to control guns don't prevent crime with guns. They only allow control of people who want to be law-abiding. The only way to help stop violence is to strengthen access to mental health resources and allow current systems to access those records to function effectively.
The bill would also create a voluntary buyback program, which would allow those who already own guns that would be banned under the bill to get paid for turning them in. To learn more about the GO-SAFE Act, visit our website at foxbangor.com. In Bangor, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, meanwhile, the Legislative Commission is seeking to help Maine veterans who were exposed to toxic chemicals get coverage and care from the VA. Specifically, the Commission is studying health problems potentially stemming from exposure to Agent Orange and other toxic chemicals used by the U.S. and Canadian militaries. That exposure took place during military training exercises at Canadian Forces Base Gagetown back in the 1960s. Previously, the VA has denied claims for VA benefits and disabilities that resulted from Agent Orange exposure at Gagetown because the Reserve and National Guard units were not in Vietnam at the time of the exposures.
Let's be honest, for the veterans around here, the VA has some great people that work there and provide care for our veterans the way they do, but the bureaucracy of what that organization is why we need the congressional delegation to do this, and some of the lawsuits and the other ways, because that bureaucracy is not going to move on its own without groups like this. So.
Final report on their findings and legislative recommendations are due by December 15th. The report will then be presented to the Veterans and Legal Affairs Committee when the new session of the legislature begins in January.
Law enforcement sounding the alarm. The Somerset County Sheriff says staffing levels are at almost crisis mode. In a select board meeting this week in Madison, Sheriff Dale Lancaster said the department is working at about 50% staffing level. The sheriff says they just lost a couple of deputies because the pay is better in other places.
Finding a good qualified men and women who want to work nights, weekends, holidays, and get spit at. Hopefully the pendulum will shift, but right now it's not a vocation that people are pining to go after. We're really scurrying every day to fill these positions.
He says the department is being proactive in hiring, such as by sending people to job fairs and visiting colleges. But unlike other counties, Somerset doesn't offer sign-on bonuses for new hires. And they're not the only ones struggling. He says right now, the state police has about 50 openings.
Well, in other news, Bangor's Festival of Lights Parade will be held tomorrow. The Bangor Rotary Club is once again organizing the parade, which will be followed by the lighting of the official Christmas tree for Bangor. The theme this year is Create Hope in the World. It all gets underway at 4:30 tomorrow and will include about 80 brightly lit units that will involve floats, marching bands, dancers, and others. Members of the ABC7 Fox 22 News team will also be among those helping to celebrate the season. We hope you say hi as we walk by. There's also word that Santa Claus himself will take time out of his busy schedule and will also make an appearance toward the end of that parade tomorrow. Always a great way to kick off the season here in Bangor, and we are not alone. I understand Skowhegan is having their parade tonight. A lot of other towns doing similar things, and in fact, later on in the newscast, we'll have a live report from Skowhegan to hear about their, Skow-Whoville? They've set up all kinds of events today, throughout the weekend, that families can enjoy, some just for adults. Sounds like a good time.
The Skowhegan one's kind of a big deal, and I'm really looking forward to hearing more about it. Other places too. I mean, I saw the press release from Dexter and over Foxcroft. They have a full schedule of stuff going on this weekend. So a lot of towns, are stepping up, and really, we're in this post-COVID world, and they're stepping up to make it big after having to cut it back the last few years.
Get out and celebrate.
I love it. Yeah. It's so fun. Okay, and good weather too, it seems.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, coming up next on Good Morning Maine, an old sanatorium in Fairfield is being repurposed to create some new low-income housing.
We'll hear about that, but first another check of your forecast. Increasing clouds today. The highs will be around 49 degrees. A chance of rain and snow tonight, especially as you head north. The lows will drop down to the mid-30s. Tomorrow will be mild for this time of year. Chance of rain and snow with temps around 43 degrees.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
My father worked at the mill for over 30 years. He was exposed to a great community and excelled at his job, but he was also exposed to asbestos. The air quality inside the mill was always his biggest complaint. He had no idea how deadly some of the products and materials were. When he was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew to call Joe Bornstein's office to get my dad the help he needs and the justice he deserves.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win. For over 75 years, Ariens has been blowing away the competition. Ariens snow throwers simply overpower other brands. See for yourself by watching the screen and then head to Jim Small Engines in Arlington, where these fabulous high-throwing Ariens snow throwers are on sale at unbelievable prices. Jim Small Engines brings 40 years experience in sales and service, and Jim knows that Ariens snow throwers are the best, but supplies are limited, so watch the screen and take advantage of the great sale prices on Ariens snow throwers now at Jim Small Engines, Snows Corner Road, Arlington.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
The holidays are here and scammers are putting in extra hours. Keep these tips in mind. Carefully research any charity prior to making a donation and be selective when giving out banking information. When buying gift cards, stick to stores you know and trust and keep your receipts. When shopping online, look for HTTPS in the address bar to ensure you are on a secure website. Finally, trust your gut. If the deal appears too good to be true, it probably is. With these tips in mind, have a great holiday season from Bangor PD. We'll be here if you need us.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. A new affordable senior housing complex is opening in a former Fairfield sanatorium. Bateman Partners LLC developed the project. According to company president David Bateman, tenants began moving into their units last month. He says COVID and construction material shortages delayed the project, causing it to take twice as long as anticipated.
We were really happy last month to be able to open the doors. And in fact, we're a little over 75% occupied already, which really gets to the heart of how drastic the need is for that type of housing. I just wish we could do more units. This was only a 28-unit project, but again, I think it's more in line with every little bit helps.
Of those 28 units, Bateman says half of them are one-bedroom apartments, the other 2 bedrooms. Tenants also have access to a laundry room and a common room. And Bateman says the cost of the project was about $9 million, which was primarily funded by grants, the Maine State Housing Authority, and private investments.
Maine's outdoor recreation industry accounts for $3.3 billion of Maine's economy, or nearly 4% of the state's GDP, which is one of the highest percentages in the country. Over 30 Maine businesses made their way to the Samoset Resort in Rockport to network and share insights into everything the great outdoors of Maine has to offer. Our Doug Banks has the story.
Day 2 of a 3-day summit brought together people from different businesses and backgrounds with a collective vision in mind.
To connect with one another, for people to meet one another, learn, share ideas.
Breakout presentations featured topics like how intelligent is AI, from retail to rescue, inclusive recreation in Maine, and embracing recreation-based economies.
We are leading project management and fundraising efforts for the Skowhegan River Park. I think Maine has this great opportunity to become an outdoor recreation destination, and our rural communities are really going to be able to benefit from that.
The summit gives people within Maine's growing outdoor recreation economy a chance to share their unique perspectives.
It's good to kind of hear how people are working through today's economy and across those broad groups.
For Lifelight, making those connections means a safer Maine for all.
To make sure more people who come to Maine understand what it's like to be outside in Maine, right? The best rescue that happens is the one that doesn't happen.
Although the doors will close on this year's summit, Maine's outdoor economy has no signs of closing its doors anytime soon.
People will think about Colorado and Utah and some of these western states as being outdoor states, but we have a huge industry here in the state of Maine, and it's something to be really proud of and something for us to be investing in further.
In Rockport, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
One of the best things about our state is being able to do all these different recreational kind of things.
Yeah, I love seeing people get together and promote it too. Yeah. Okay, the time now is 8:19. After the break, a live report from Skowhegan's Whoville, which will feature a wonderful parade and a day full of activities for the entire family.
Plus, we'll turn to Capitol Hill, where House members are set to vote on whether to expel Congressman George Santos today. Those stories and more coming up.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps, we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
Black Friday deals are happening now at the Furniture Gallery. Gather your family for a holiday meal with this 5-piece dining set, only $3.99. Looking for more family room seating? How about recliners starting at $2.99 and sofas just $3.99? Update your guest room with an Ashley Queen 5-piece bedroom set for $8.99. And don't forget the mattress starting at just $2.99. My family is here to provide you with the best value for your money on brands like these. The Furniture Gallery in Augusta, Bangor, Newport, and North Windham.
Hi, I'm Dave Sear, President and CEO of Skowhegan Savings Bank. I'm pleased to announce today our third annual Seasons of Giving campaign. We give each branch and department $1,000, which totals $20,000 for the company, and they get to choose their own nonprofit to get a $1,000 donation before the end of the year. Please check out our social media for updates about the award winners prior to the holidays. And from all of us at Skowhegan Savings Bank, happy holidays.
Saturday, the Big Ten Championship is on Fox. We've been waiting all year long. With his sights set on the playoffs and a national title, J.J. McCarthy and third-ranked Michigan put their perfect season on the line against Iowa. Let's go! Wow! The Big Ten Championship, sponsored by Discover, Saturday at 6:30 Eastern on Fox.
One local town is busting out the hoo hash and roast beef this weekend to get into the holiday spirit.
I think it's roast beast.
Roast beast.
Roast beast from the
Oh my
Grinch.
gosh, I missed that.
Play on words.
Yeah.
Devin Dagnall is there now with a look at what's to come. Hello there, Devin.
Morning, Craig. I'm in the city formerly known as Skowhegan because starting today there will be a controversial change. Will they be changing the name to Skowhooville? Here to tell me all about it is Anne from Main Street, Skowhegan. Anne, what can you say?
Well, we're not changing it to Skowhooville just for the weekend, though. Our holiday event in Skowhegan is called Skowhooville. And tonight there will be a parade at 6:30 in downtown, so make sure you get off the streets by 6:15 because roads will be closed. And then tomorrow from 10 to 1, our Who Village activities will happen downtown.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about this parade. You were telling me off camera that it's kind of turning into a Grinch parade.
Yes, yeah, definitely. We have plenty of Grinches on the road during the parade, whether they're in floats or walking down the street. We have Luke York from 201 Service. He is the main Grinch in our parade, so we're happy to see him and everything. And yeah, definitely a Grinch parade.
Okay. And so the whole city of Skowhegan is really getting in on this. I mean, look behind us right here. We've got lovely paintings like this all over downtown right now, really just celebrating the Grinch and celebrating Whoville. Can you tell me, why is everybody so excited about this?
I mean, Skowhegan has always been about our holiday event. When it was originally the holiday stroll, this town was still in as much excitement as it is now. But the Grinch has really set in here as a good point of view for, although it may be tough around the holidays, we may be feeling Grinchy, the town is always willing to lift up, and our hearts will grow 3 times the size by the end of the event. So.
All right, that's awesome. So what kind of things do we have going on tonight beyond the parade, and what do we have going on tomorrow?
So tonight during the parade, we'll have people like Stan's French Fries outside. Gifford's ice cream truck will be downtown, which is super great always. We have a 26-foot Santa Claus that will be blown up across the street. But the parade is the main event for tonight.
Okay, yeah. And then what's going on tomorrow?
So tomorrow is our Who Village activities, from carriage rides, which will leave from the Chamber of Commerce across the street. We have activities in the Strand Cinema. We have activities in local businesses like Whittemore & Sons and Somerset Public Health. But the main activities are in our Skowhegan Outdoors Base Camp at 65 Water Street, right downstairs from where we are now. So there will be Grinch crafts, Grinch games, popcorn, cotton candy, bunch of fun.
With so much going on, I'm sure people are going to have to spend an arm and a leg. What's it going to cost for all this?
Oh boy, just a bunch of love and fun. Yeah.
So everything's free to the public, so just about anybody can come.
Yes, everybody should come. That's the goal of this event, is to really get everybody involved, and it'll be wonderful.
Okay. Guys, just come check out downtown Skowhegan for Scow-Whoville. Back to you, Emma and Craig.
Sounds great, and they have a website. I looked at it earlier today with a list of events. It just goes on and on and on. Skowhegan knows how to celebrate.
Yeah.
They do put on some neat things every year.
Anne knows her stuff. I like how she was saying that the Grinch theme is kind of about, it's hard on the holidays for a lot of folks.
Yeah, it sure is.
But this is a way to kind of play on that and to be
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's okay to be a Grinch, just still come party with us.
Come on down, have fun. Might even turn your day around a little bit.
Yeah, because I get it. It's hard sometimes.
Yeah, it sure is.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
Okay, the time now is 8:25.
Let's get a full look at our weather forecast.
Alrighty, happy Friday. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Blind Faith Tattoo. With over 25 years of experience, we are fluent in all styles, including traditional and fine line tattoos. Stop by for a free consultation from one of our friendly expert tattoo artists. We offer a fast turnaround, and walk-ins are always welcome. Let's get into things this morning. A small crowd advisory is posted until 4 p.m. this evening along the coast, as active surf will be lingering until about that time, as we'll be watching for a little bit of gusty winds along the coast as well, which will cause the surf to be active, and it's already active out there this morning at around 5 to 8 feet according to the buoys out there, and this is why a small crowd advisory is posted at this time. But meanwhile, on land, not too bad. Some clouds have been developing out there. We're going to work on getting those out of here for a little while yet, but increasing clouds will be common during the afternoon period, as we will be watching for our next system moving in with a lot of activity out across parts of the Midwest and the southern states right now. This will continue to track off towards the east and give us chances for some rain and snow in our backyard coming up later on tonight and possibly lingering through the weekend as well. So let's break this all down with Futurecast. So clouds to the north, everyone gets in on the clouds later this afternoon. Later on tonight, rain and snow chances will be possible. Rain to the south, some snow possible to the north. As we head towards Saturday, maybe some snow to the north, but looking rather dry to the south. Some of these rain and snow chances will continue in the northern parts of the state throughout the day on Saturday. And then Saturday night, we catch a little bit of a break, so that'll be pretty nice with some more precipitation, some very light precipitation, though, some rain and snow chances are possible as we head towards your Sunday. So longer term, though, as we head towards your Sunday, some rain and snow chances cannot be ruled out. Rain to the south, snow to the north again. Another wave of energy gets in here as we head towards your Monday. So things may get a little bit tricky as we head towards your Monday. We'll keep you posted on that. Once this begins to move through Monday night and Tuesday, things will start to calm down slowly but surely. As for snow accumulations, we'll run into at least through parts of early Sunday morning, and maybe an inch or so to the north before we're all finished up. Obviously, not much snow expected to the south, so hardly anything expected there, but some rainfall cannot be ruled out, where some areas could possibly see up to a quarter of an inch between now and Sunday afternoon before we're all finished up there. So for today, here's what we're looking at. Upper 40s, increasing clouds, and a southwest wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, 35 degrees, rain and snow on the way. Some patchy fog cannot be ruled out, with the wind overall looking nice and calm. Here we go for tomorrow. Mostly cloudy, some rain and snow showers on the way, with highs in the lower 40s, north wind getting up to about 5 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's a look at extended forecast brought to you by Blind Faith Tattoo. Rain and snow chances continue Sunday and Monday, with highs in the upper 30s. Then we'll be in the lower 30s on Tuesday with a partly cloudy sky.
Even though Dorsey Furniture is known for our vast collections of quality home furnishings, sometimes we like to venture into the forgotten passageways and dark corners of our enormous warehouse to mine the odd nightstand, forgotten sofa, orphaned love seat, or the elusive discontinued mattress. Meanwhile, our sales manager, not the bean counters, smashed their original retail prices into tiny fractions of themselves. Dorsey Furniture. Black Friday, black tag sale going on now.
We have two twin boys, Will and Wyatt. Investing in a fund that can allow them to go to a trade school or that can allow them to go to a university and give them those varying options is something that we really liked about the Next Gen 529.
We decided, hey, we could do, $5 every 2 weeks for both of them.
And remind ourselves like we're doing the best we can for our kids.
To learn more about Next Gen 529, its investment objectives, risks, and costs, read the program description at nextgenforme.com. Check if your home state has a 529 plan that offers tax or other benefits.
There are so many fun things to do in Maine. Now you can enjoy more for less. Check out Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Healing Hands Massage in Hamden provides professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients. Whether you're looking for relief from chronic pain, stiffness, or just want to treat yourself to a day of relaxation, Healing Hands Massage is the place for you.
There's a limited supply available. It's on sale right now. Save with Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Looking for your dream home? Contact a Next Homie today and see what's available right now. Sellers, get ready to get looped and get sold. With Next Home Experience, we have your buyers.
Turning now to Capitol Hill, where House members are set to vote on whether to expel Congressman George Santos. A bipartisan congressional investigation alleges the New York Republican spent campaign funds largely on himself and luxury goods. The New York Republican has pleaded not guilty to a slew of federal criminal charges, but is admitted to falsifying his personal background and resume. ABC's Justin Finch with more on the pivotal vote in Washington.
A defiant George Santos on the House floor, defending his legislative record as stellar and bracing for the chamber-wide vote that could spell the abrupt end to his first term.
Take the vote. I'm at peace. I have accepted that whether I get expelled or I don't.
Santos, the subject of a scathing bipartisan House Ethics Committee probe, concluding he stole money from his campaign to cover personal expenses, including rent, designer clothes, and Botox. The Republican Ethics Committee chairman declaring Santos at the center of a complex web of unlawful activity.
I would ask that all members vote to support the expulsion of Representative Santos.
Santos also indicted on 23 federal criminal charges, including identity theft and credit card fraud. He's pleaded not guilty. But some New York Republicans are supporting a Santos ouster.
He has manufactured his entire life to defraud the voters of his district, an honest choice for a member of Congress.
Some Republicans defending Santos, claiming a Congress has not expelled a member who wasn't convicted of a crime in modern times.
It stinks of politics, and I'll oppose this action in every way.
With Republicans holding a slim 9-seat House majority, the House Democratic leader says the Santos decision comes down to the balance of power.
The question that we should all be asking is, why is George Santos still around? Why? Because House Republicans needed George Santos's vote.
If 2/3 of House members vote to expel Santos, his exit would be immediate. The winner of a special election would then fill his post, though he would retain lifelong access to the House floor. Justin Finch, ABC News, Washington.
Now to the political showdown, dubbed the red state versus blue state debate. The gloves came off as Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and California Governor Gavin Newsom faced off on Fox News last night. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has more.
The debate began with Governor Newsom addressing the question, why debate Governor DeSantis, a presidential candidate, when Newsom isn't even in the race?
I'm here to tell the truth about the Biden-Harris record.
The governors agreed to a primetime showdown after an ongoing public feud. Newsom highlighting former President Trump's huge lead in the Republican primary.
How's that going for you, Ron? You're down 41 points in your own home state.
This is a slick, slippery politician whose state is failing.
DeSantis took aim at Newsom's record in California on everything from crime and homelessness to the high cost of living, pointing out Newsom's own father-in-law moved away.
I was talking to a fella who had made the move from California to Florida, and he was telling me that Florida is much better governed, safer, better budget, lower taxes, all this stuff. And he's really happy with the quality of life. And then he paused and he said, by the way, I'm Gavin Newsom's father-in-law.
Newsom attacked DeSantis for his views on LGBTQ issues and for flying migrants to Martha's Vineyard.
I met with those migrants that you lied to under false pretense. That kind of gamesmanship, using human beings as pawns, I think is disqualifying.
The issue of abortion offered another sharp contrast.
So extreme is your ban that criminalizes women and criminalizes doctors that even Donald Trump said it was too extreme.
I think we're better off when everybody counts, when everybody has an opportunity to do well, and that bill attaches when there's a detectable heartbeat for the child.
In the end, Newsom offered this assessment.
There are profound differences tonight, and I look forward to engaging them, but there's one thing in closing that we have in common is neither of us will be the nominee for our party in 2024.
DeSantis accused Newsom of running a shadow campaign for the White House. Speculation still surrounds Newsom's ambitions, both for 2024 and 2028. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Election season sure does put out some interesting entertainment.
Yeah, we have a long way to go, too.
Yeah. Coming up on the second half of the newscast, an indigenous Maine chef has been invited to cook during the Tribal Nations Summit at the White House.
We'll hear from him as Good Morning Maine continues.
Silver Fox Automotive is a family-owned and operated company with more than 30 years of experience. We are originally from the county and offer competitive prices and promise you will be completely satisfied with our work. We offer a stress-free experience to both our new and returning customers. We only use parts from reputable brands to ensure your vehicle is safe to drive. Here at Silver Fox, there will always be a friendly face to greet you. Come see us at 2004 Audlin Road in Herman.
Oh no! Son of a nutcracker. This is what I get for eating all those cookies. Hey, Roto-Rooter, I got a big clog for you. I'm stuck in the chimney. Again. Yep, I'm the clog. Any chance you could fa la la over here?
For all your holiday plumbing needs, Roto-Rooter can save the day.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
The Rotary Club of Bangor's Festival of Lights Parade, Saturday, December 2nd.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Friday, December 1st, 2023, and if you're keeping count, just 24 days to go until Christmas. It's also appropriate that this is National Peppermint Bark Day.
This once-a-year treat has become a favorite snack around the holidays. It's created with a blend of chocolate and triple distilled peppermint oil, and is finished off with a dusting of peppermint candy pieces. The Williams-Sonoma Company claims to get credit for creating the original peppermint bark and spends 12 weeks each year making it.
They make all kinds of products out of peppermint bark these days. You know what's good? Take a little bit of the peppermint bark, put it in your coffee.
Yeah.
Let it melt. You know, it's a little tasty treat for you there.
I like it. Oftentimes I'll get it as a gift. I find it to be a lovely gift because you can break it up kind of nondescriptly and just put it in cute holiday bags. And it's a nice, affordable gift to give to people.
Yeah, I love it when I get like fudge or like little homemade cookies or something
We're
for Christmas.
sweets people.
So, good stuff.
Right.
All right, on this day in history, back in 1824, the presidential election was turned over to the U.S. House of Representatives when a deadlock developed among John Quincy Adams, Andrew Jackson, William H. Crawford, and Henry Clay. Adams ended up being the winner of that race. We still have those situations every now and then. We just didn't have social media back then, so it wasn't so bad.
The voting window was allowed to be a few weeks because the whole mail issue kind of took forever.
All right, in 1862, President Abraham Lincoln sent his second annual message to Congress in which he called for the abolition of slavery. In 1913, the Ford Motor Company created the first moving assembly line to build the Model T.
Kind of changed the way we work in America.
Yeah.
In 1942, nationwide gasoline rationing went into effect. The goal was not so much to save on gas, but to conserve rubber that was desperately needed during World War II. And it was also on this day in 1955 that Rosa Parks famously refused to give up her bus seat to a white passenger in Montgomery, Alabama, of course making her a symbol of the civil rights movement. And in 1998, Exxon announced it was buying Mobil for more than $73 billion, creating the largest company in the world to date.
Today's birthdays include singer and actress Bette Midler, who turns 78, comedian Sarah Silverman turns 53, and actress Zoe Kravitz is 34 years old today. Some very talented people.
Yeah.
Bette Midler, I think one of my favorite performances was when she was in Hocus Pocus.
Yeah.
And played one of the witches anyway.
Right.
What are what's the name of the witches?
I should know.
Something
I'm
sisters.
sorry.
Anyway.
I know, and Halloween's my favorite too, and
Yeah.
I should know. Yeah.
There you go. I don't know. He's mumbling something over there. So.
Okay. Bette Midler's iconic.
Yeah,
She's cool.
Great singer, so talented.
Yep.
All right, time for your forecast.
A little bit of snow, a little bit of rain, a little bit of slush.
'Tis the season to be jolly.
Right. I know. Do I sound like a Scrooge?
Well, that time you did.
I
but
did.
no,
I don't
it's
mean
okay.
to be. Okay. Here's Devin Biggs with that forecast.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Friday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Blind Faith Tattoo. With over 25 years of experience, we are fluent in all styles, including traditional and fine line tattoos. Stop by for a free consultation from one of our friendly expert tattoo artists. We offer a fast turnaround, and walk-ins are always welcome. Let's get into things this morning. A small crowd advisory is posted until 4 p.m. today, though, along the coast as we're watching some active surf, courtesy of some gusty winds are not too far away in some spots. But as we continue things this morning, again, we've had clouds that have been developing, but really that's been about it. We're going to be watching for a break in the clouds for a bit, but we are going to be watching for increasing clouds this afternoon as our next system begins to approach from the south and west. Let's zoom things out right now. So a lot of activity across some parts of the country right now. All that rain right there. The system's going to be tracking off towards the north and east as we'll be watching for a chance for rain and snow in our backyard coming up later on tonight. So increasing clouds today. Later on tonight, though, we'll be watching for rain, maybe a little bit of snow farther off towards the north. We may have some more snow lingering as we head towards the Saturday as well, mainly in the northern parts of the state. A little bit of wind to watch out for as well, up to around 10 miles per hour or so. Maybe a few higher gusts can be ruled out, but once we head towards the Saturday, not looking too bad moving forward. The hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, increasing clouds will be common with temperatures in the 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
All right, thank you, Devin. A Maine chef is heading to the White House. Chef Joe Robbins from Bissell Brothers in Milo was invited to cook for the U.S. Secretary of Interior, Deb Haaland, at the Tribal Nations Summit in Washington, D.C. next week.
Robbins is a Penobscot native and one of 4 Indigenous chefs invited to the 2-day event. Robbins says he's excited for the opportunity.
I think we're feeding 450 a day and then like 1,000 at night. So it's a big, tall task to figure out and a lot of logistics. I mean, most restaurants don't serve that many people a day. So to do it in a place you've never cooked in before, and we have plenty of time to work on it.
Chef Robbins says he plans to bring a taste of Maine to the nation's capital and is making sure all his ingredients are available before he flies out on Sunday.
So I'm doing turkey roulade along with wild rice salad and apples. The turkey roulade will be stuffed with cranberries and squash from right here in Maine.
The Tribal Nations Summit will take place December 6th and 7th in Washington, D.C. And it's just so good to see that he's representing local Maine ingredients and local tribal communities as well. And congratulations to him. That's a huge undertaking, like over 1,400 people in all.
It's going to be a big bash.
That's awesome.
Luckily, the White House is used to putting on those big state dinners, so hopefully he has a lot of help there.
Yeah, I think he said 3 or 4 other chefs, so he's supported.
Yeah,
good. Cool, good stuff. All right, still to come here this morning, Tyler Cruz will have the latest with sports.
Don't go away.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. With so many mesothelioma lawyers on television, how do you choose the right firm for you and your family? Our goal is to get you as much as you deserve. $30 billion was set aside for mesothelioma victims like you. If you've been diagnosed with mesothelioma, we'll come to you within 24 hours so our team can get to work right away. Call us now. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
Call 1-800-602-5800.
Don't get cold feet this winter. Stay warm and dry with high-performance footwear from Comfort Shoes and More. With an extensive selection of winter boots rated from 0 to minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit, you'll find comfort in knowing your feet will be warm in any weather. Discover the latest in functional and fashionable footwear with grippers built right into the sole. With boots in stock up to 6E and size 17 for men and women. Take the drive to Newport for a sit and fit to find your perfect fit. You and your feet will be glad you did.
Orono is more than just a college town. It's an affordable destination. Welcome to the Orono Arcade, where we have both modern and retro games. And for a new experience, check out our 9-hole blacklight mini golf course. Budget-friendly, fun for the whole family, with 13 restaurants within walking distance. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Orono Arcade.
The bond between twins is a close one.
1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war.
As day is tonight.
Would you like me to introduce you to algebra? Al who? Oh boy.
And wrong is to right.
They both say weird kid who eats alone.
You can't have one without the other.
I need my own space. But we've always shared a room. I have a training bra. When you complete your training, get back to me.
Young Sheldon.
Weekdays at 6 on Fox 22.
The baddest superstars on the planet are unleashed in prime time. From the heavens! All new Friday Night SmackDown, tonight at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start on the basketball court. It was a huge game that lived up to the hype down in Portland on Thursday. Gorham native Mackenzie Holmes and the 17th-ranked Indiana coming to the Cross Insurance Arena to play the Black Bears. Much anticipated homecoming for Maine's own Mackenzie Holmes. Maine playing in front of a record crowd too. Here we go. First 2 points of the game goes to the premier guest of the evening. Holmes has the Hoosiers on the board. But Maine would control the game early on, and Simon gets a steal, takes it the length of the court for the bucket, and then here comes Wyndham's Sarah Talon into the lane for 2. Back the other way now, Holmes keeping her Hoosiers in it right here with another tough bucket down low. Maine would lead at the half. Second half now, Simon again for 3. She nails it, a career-high 34 points for her, but the Hoosiers would pour in 22 in the fourth quarter. Holmes finishes with 22 and 7 rebounds. Indiana wins it 67-59.
She actually stopped me before the game when she was in the locker room and just, kind of told me to take a deep breath and let the game come to me, and that was really helpful for me to hear because, I tend to put a lot of pressure on myself a lot of the time, and for her to say that and, knowing my teammates had my back and all the other coaches had my back too.
First, I want to just thank Indiana for coming back to Maine. I know it meant a ton to Mackenzie, and it means a ton to the state of Maine too. Not a lot of programs would do that.
A really great night down there. Let's talk some Patriots now. The news coming out on Wednesday that Bailey Zappi is preparing to be the starter this week and should be the one under center when the Pats host the Chargers on Sunday. Reports are that Zappi fielded most of the first-team reps at practice Wednesday with not Mac Jones, but Malik Cunningham behind him. Mac was running the scout team offense for the Pats. It's been a tough year 3 for Jones, the former first-round pick, now 3rd on the depth chart, but New England hoping Zappi can provide some kind of spark to their offense. Here's what he had to say in the locker room ahead of the game.
Nothing set in stone. I'm just taking it day by day, treating every rep that I get in practice like it's a game rep and just preparing like I do every other week. I feel good about it. I felt good about it for, since back in training camp. So, me and Coach OB, we get along well. So, I'm always picking his brain.
All right, I honestly am looking forward to that. Now over to some wrestling news. After years of not having teams, 6 area schools have merged to create the Penobscot County Wrestling Co-op. As Ryan Sudol reports, they're building something special.
High school wrestling in Penobscot County is officially back.
We didn't have it for the last, 3 years. Just an awesome opportunity.
Last year I wrestled in high school, and coming off the mat, there was no one to talk to other than my coaches.
Now, for the first time in many of these kids' high school careers, they will be a part of a team. PCW, Penobscot County Wrestling.
After COVID happened, it almost made wrestling extinct in this area. Me and one of the other gentlemen who have young children in this area that like wrestling saw the need for it, and here we are.
John Bapps, Brewer, Hamden Academy, Bangor, Orono, and Herman make up this co-op. But even with all those schools, no one feels threatened by their surroundings.
It's fun, a lot of decent competition, partners, it's just normal.
We got a lot of awesome guys here, and it's just been a lot of fun getting to know them.
To boot, the team even has their own building, the Hamden Grange. It sat dormant for years until head coach Aaron James took a very important route.
I drove by this building one day randomly, and I was like, wow, that's a pretty big building. I said, I could fit a wrestling mat in there. So I tracked down who owned it, told her what I wanted to do, and she said she'd be happy to sell it to me.
The quite literal definition of if you build it, they will come.
I practiced at like private facilities before, but this one's definitely nice.
There's heat, there's running water, mats. That's all you need, really.
And all you need to build a program is a foundation. PCW believes this core group will inspire young wrestlers to up their game and one day be alongside them. The future is bright.
These kids will see that work ethic that we're preaching here, and they'll try to push themselves. And eventually they'll get to the same place as all these guys. We'll have a huge feeder program. We'll have a bunch of guys just coming up who are really good.
In Hamden, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
All right, thanks for that, Ryan. Happy for them. Now over to some news from Husson Athletics. On Thursday, the university releasing a statement regarding an infraction issued by the NCAA that stems from self-reported violations by their swimming and diving program. The school says that last December, the program's coaching staff reported that their former head coach had allowed a student to participate in team workouts while clocked in as a team manager. So the student was paid for time not working. The NCAA investigated the incident and additional penalties for the coach were not issued. However, the Division III Committee on Infractions is issuing a public reprimand and censor, 1 year of probation for the swimming and diving program, and a $1,250 fine in addition to repayment of unearned wages.
We have 2 compliance officers that work hard to provide added education to our coaches, not just in staff meetings every month, but also weekly. There's some things the NCAA will ask of us to put together a more robust schedule of how we're doing that. I think that work's already started from what I can tell. We'll just formalize that and make sure we're following through and keeping track of it and make sure the NCAA knows we're doing our due diligence.
All right, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
The roar of our engines, the pump of our heartbeats, the visions of celebrating with family and friends this holiday season. Give the perfect gift to get you where you need to be all year long with Milwaukee tools for any job. Milwaukee's impact driver and ratchet sets will get you up and going and receive a free M12 battery instantly when you buy an impact driver and ratchet set at any of Coastal Auto Parts' 29 locations. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
There's never been a better time to get away with a great deal on the Hyundai you've always wanted. Plus America's best warranty and up to 3 years complimentary maintenance. It's your journey. Own every mile at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Now's the time to get in and get away. Sign and drive a Hyundai Palisade with 0 down, 0 first month's payment, and 0 security deposit. Now, during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
My father started a roofing company in the 1970s.
Back when asbestos was still commonly used in Maine.
When George was diagnosed with mesothelioma, we knew there wasn't a cure yet, but we knew he needed help.
We called Joe Bornstein's office because this family means business.
Their team is handling everything, representing Mainers who were victims of asbestos exposure.
We highly recommend the law offices of Joe Bornstein.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
On the next Last Man Standing, 'tis the season to be jolly.
We got a tree! We got a tree!
Wow, Mike, you know I don't believe in Christmas trees.
And yet, here it is. And they're decking the halls.
Remember, this is a non-tinsel year.
Last year was the non-tinsel year. I remember because there was no tinsel on the tree.
Tinsel makes a Christmas tree look like a streetwalker.
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm here with Julie Arnold-Lisnett and Patty Morris. They're here representing 10 Bucks Theater Company and their latest show, The Woman in Black. Guys, thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. So The Woman in Black, one of my favorite horror movies. It terrifies me. What made you guys want to do this as a play?
Well, oddly enough, one would think it would be associated with Halloween.
I was wondering, yeah.
But it takes place on Christmas Eve, so there is that tie-in. So we decided to do something a little less traditional.
Yeah. Perfect for the folks who really like The Nightmare Before Christmas and stuff like that.
Right, right. And, you know, Christmas Carol has that ghosts and things, so yeah.
It's my favorite, both of these. This is awesome. So can you explain the plot a little bit for those that don't know?
Yes, so Arthur Kipps is a man who's gone through this like very troubling time being haunted by this woman in black. And Arthur Kipps hires a professional actor who comes in to try to retell his story in a sort of way, which is pretty cool. In the script, it's a little difficult when you're reading the script because Arthur Kipps, Mr. Kipps, as it's said, is just Mr. Kipps, but he's really the professional actor, and the actor is really Arthur Kipps, which is pretty cool.
Are you speaking from experience here? Are you playing one of those?
Yes, I'm playing Mr. Kipps, who is technically the professional actor. It's a little confusing when reading the script, but
it's different from the movie.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And it takes place in an empty theater. So on top of it all, it's very theatrical.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ethereal.
Yes.
Even. Yeah. So what's the set like? Is it kind of, is simple, I'm sure, because it's in a...
It is simple. When you first walk in, it's very simple, but there we have a scrim down, and stuff happens behind it that you only see at certain points in the show. I don't want to give too much away.
Of course, smart. I love it. Okay, and this was, I don't want to put you on the spot, but this is one of those questions that I've been meaning to ask. 10 Bucks Theater, you guys have been around for a long time. And inflation is a thing, as we know.
Mm-hmm.
What's the deal with 10 bucks? I mean, obviously, it's hard.
We had to, actually.
You're underselling, I'd say, if you're still 10 bucks.
Actually, during COVID, we did have to put our price up to 15.
Oh my gosh, that's still a bargain.
But to change our name would be kind of silly and cost money.
Right.
But we still do get people go, well, I thought you were 10 bucks. Well, it's like, I thought it was 10 bucks.
Right.
Well, no, now it's 15.
Right. That's fair. I mean, tickets are going for 50 bucks in other places in the area.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Hamilton is still over 400. Not that we're not that I'm putting us on that level, but I mean, you pay $450 to see that.
Right. Yeah. And there's it's local theater season. This is the time of the year where people I was gonna say. I mean, date night. This is what I'm thinking of. It's like, there we go. Perfect.
Yeah, it would be a great date night thing to come see.
Right.
Yeah.
So if people want to go, what do they need to know? Where can they get tickets?
So you can get tickets at www.10buckstheater.org.
Cool.
Or go to our Facebook page. We have the event set up with the ticketing link. You can also buy tickets at the door.
Lovely.
We open half hour before showtime starts.
Yep.
You can pay cash or check or credit card at the door as well.
Lovely. Can people bring their drinks, or are there any drinks available there?
We sell concessions. We have drinks and snacks available.
Amazing. Yeah. Perfect. Cool. Looks like we're about out of time. Julie, Patty, thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
Appreciate it.
Of course. All right, we'll send it over to Devin Biggs for our full weather forecast.
We'll just have a real quick look at the weather today. It looks like clouds are moving in once again today. Highs around 49. A chance of rain and snow tonight into tomorrow. The lows tonight 35. Tomorrow the highs around 43. We'll be right back.
The clock is ticking on the Toyota year-end closeout, so don't miss out on spectacular year-end closeout savings.
Time to get them, don't want to miss a thing.
You can get a fun-to-drive 2024 Corolla with $1,000 closeout financing cash. Plus, get 2 years no-cost maintenance and Toyota Safety Sense technology. See your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters.
Don't want to miss a thing.
Toyota, let's go places.
A family-owned and operated business since 1953, Hammond Lumber Company recognizes the value of their team members and the importance of employee satisfaction. Hammond is honored to have been named one of the best places to work in Maine for 3 years running. This year, Hammond was selected as one of the best companies to work for by Business New Hampshire magazine. Hammond is always looking for great people to join their team. To find your place on the Hammond team, click on the careers link at hammondlumber.com.
Do you have a wet basement, nasty crawl space, settling foundation, sinking concrete, or clogged gutters? I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems, all things basementy. For over 30 years, thousands of homeowners throughout Maine and southeastern New Hampshire have trusted TC Hafford. Basement waterproofing, crawl space repair, stabilizing foundations, concrete leveling, and gutter installation. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems for all things basementy.
I'll go naked. I bet you will.
The fun in a game of words.
Flip-flop. Cougar. Little Caesars.
Sounds like a Tuesday for me.
Is choosing wisely.
I hope they know what it is, because we gotta take it. Want to try to win this thing, so I'll take Noogie.
25 words or less.
Knuckle head rub.
Noogie, you won the game, guys.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Tigers, squirrel monkeys, and meerkats are counting down to Christmas at the ZSL Zoo in London. The animals got to open 3 very different advent calendars yesterday. Sumatran tiger cubs Zach and Crispin racing along a festive scent trail of cinnamon and nutmeg to find their advent tower, which they promptly pounced on and destroyed. The squirrel monkeys were more nimble as they searched hanging stockings for their favorite treats. Meerkats Penelope, Dracula, and Frank can be seen searching behind 25 doors to find their favorite cricket snacks. The one thing they all had in common, their impatience in observing the festive tradition of opening a single door each day. They're a lot like my kids, where they like to open them all right now.
Oh, yeah.
Eat the chocolate.
Oh, to
I'm
be a
kinda like that,
monkey
too.
with a stocking advent calendar.
Right, yes.
Monkeying around.
Special animals, including a meerkat named Dracula.
Yeah, right?
Have
That's
a great
good
weekend,
name.
everyone.
Yeah, we're all done.